The seamless robe of Jesus Christ, mentioned in the Gospel of John, holds deep meaning for Christians. This robe is special not just because Jesus wore it during his crucifixion, but also because it seems to have miraculous qualities. Its story offers a glimpse into divine power and the supernatural. In the Gospel of John, the robe is described as being woven in one piece. After Jesus was crucified, the Roman soldiers decided not to tear it apart. Instead, they cast lots to see who would take it, leaving the robe whole. While this detail might seem small, it holds great symbolism. The seamless design of the robe represents unity and its resistance to destruction. For centuries, this sacred robe has been kept at Trier Cathedral in Germany, a place that has seen the rise and fall of empires. According to tradition, Saint Helena, the mother of Emperor Constantine, discovered the robe during her pilgrimage to the Holy Land and sent it to Trier. The robe was first officially documented in 1196, when Archbishop Johann of Trier revealed its existence. Later, in 1512, Emperor Maximilian I requested its public display. He is said to have knelt before the robe, feeling its spiritual power. Since then, the Holy Robe has been shown to the public several times, attracting hundreds of thousands of pilgrims seeking blessings, healing, and miracles. Remarkably, the robe has survived through the centuries. Textiles from that time, especially wool, usually deteriorate when exposed to light and air. Yet, the seamless robe has endured. In 2012, it was displayed to mark the 500th anniversary of its first public showing, drawing over 500,000 visitors. After centuries, the robe has remained intact, which many see as a sign of divine intervention. Could it be that God is preserving this relic for a greater purpose? If you feel blessed by Jesus, type "I love Jesus" in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting content. Textile experts have examined the robe and confirmed it is made from wool, a common material in ancient Palestine. Its unique craftsmanship, a single piece of fabric woven without seams, is consistent with first-century methods. Yet, no other garment from that time has survived in such perfect condition. It seems as if an unseen force is protecting it from decay. Interestingly, the Church has not allowed carbon dating of the robe, perhaps because they understand its deeper spiritual significance. It is not something to be tested by human means. There are other claims to the seamless robe of Christ, such as one in Argenteuil, France, but that garment shows signs of wear and has a less certain history. The robe in Trier, however, is tied to Saint Helena and the early days of Christianity. It has endured unchanged and remains a powerful symbol for pilgrims who visit it. Many believe the robe holds miraculous power. Pilgrims have reported feeling a divine presence near it, and some even claim to have experienced healing. While the Church hasn't officially recognized these miracles, for those who've experienced them, faith alone is enough. The seamless robe is seen as a vessel of God's grace, a tangible sign of His power on earth. This raises an important question: why has it been preserved for so long? Could it be a sign not just of the past, but also for the future? If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us by clicking the Super Thanks button below. Your support helps us share more stories of Jesus' transformative power. Throughout history, God has used simple objects like stones, water, and staffs to perform miracles and communicate with people. Could the seamless robe be another sign, preserved by God for reasons we may not fully understand yet? Christian tradition is filled with examples of God preserving what He wills. For instance, the bodies of some saints have remained incorrupt, showing no decay even centuries after their deaths. Could the seamless robe be another display of God's power over nature? The robe's seamless design symbolizes unity. Just as the soldiers chose not to tear it apart, Christ's Church is meant to remain united. Its endurance, without decay, might also serve as a reminder that the faith of believers should remain strong and untainted by the corruption of the world. The mystery of the robe in Trier is not lessened by the existence of other robes. Instead, these additional garments deepen the intrigue. Could they all be authentic, touched by Christ at different times? Or are they distractions meant to create doubt? Skeptics will always question, but believers see the robe's survival as evidence of divine power. How can something so old and fragile endure for nearly 2,000 years when it logically should have fallen apart? Some speculate that the Vatican may hold secrets about the robe's true nature, or that tests revealing unexplainable results have been suppressed. While these claims remain unproven, they add to the robe's mystery. What we do know is that the seamless robe has survived through centuries, weather, and skepticism. It stands as a powerful symbol of Christ's sacrifice and as a sign that God is still active in the world. If God can preserve a simple piece of cloth for so long, what does that say about his power and his promises to those who believe? The seamless robe, in its preserved state, is a testament to God's ability to protect what is sacred. This reminds us that God's promises, to never leave us, to protect his church, and to triumph over darkness, are unbreakable and eternal. For believers, the seamless robe is more than just a relic. It's a source of hope and wonder. It encourages us to look beyond the physical and trust in the spiritual. If God can preserve a simple garment for thousands of years, he can surely sustain us through life's trials and uncertainties. The seamless robe also carries a message of unity. Woven from a single piece, it reflects the unity of Christ's body, the Church. Just as the soldiers chose not to tear the robe, we are called to protect the unity of our faith. In a divided and challenging world, the endurance of the robe reminds us of the endurance we need to face temptations, struggles, and persecution. Why does God preserve such objects? Perhaps to remind us that he often speaks through ordinary things, turning them into extraordinary symbols. A simple piece of fabric becomes a sign of his divine protection and timeless truths. The seamless robe, untouched by destruction, serves as a silent witness to God's presence. It tells us that he is not distant but actively involved in guiding, protecting, and fulfilling his promises. For nearly 2,000 years, this robe has stood as a connection between Christ's time and ours, reminding us of the Savior who walked the earth. It calls us to deepen our faith, to marvel at God's power, and to trust in his ability to preserve not only sacred objects but also his word, his church, and his people. Our response should be one of awe, gratitude, and a commitment to live in a way that reflects the unity, endurance, and grace symbolized by the seamless robe. Whether or not we ever see the physical robe, we are invited to look to the one it represents, the eternal Savior who holds all things together. If you found this content meaningful, consider supporting us by clicking that Super Thanks button below. Your support helps us continue sharing the transformative story of Jesus. Don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting content. Thank you for watching.